So guys, there's been some big improvements in the way that Google Stitch as well as the Google AI Studio works when it comes to helping you build things online. And when I say build things online, I'm talking about websites, mobile apps, web applications, landing pages, and much more. So in today's video, what I want to do is show you a simple use case that combines both Google Stitch as well as the AI Studio together, so that by the end of this video, you're going to have a clear understanding as to how these different AI tools can assist you when it comes to building pretty much anything online. And before I get into any of the practical steps that you need to take when it comes to using these two AI tools, I just want to quickly explain what they are, how they work. For those of you that are not really sure, maybe you've not come across them before. So Google Stitch was built to help you conceptualize the idea that you have in your head. For example, let's say if you want to build a website, but you're not sure of exactly what it's going to look like, but you've got a rough idea of your vision, you can go into Google Stitch for completely free. Enter the idea that you have in terms of the color scheme, in terms of the name of it, in terms of whatever structure that you have, and Google Stitch is going to come back with some ideas that you can pick from. This is really helpful because it can save you a lot of time and money so that you don't go away and try and build something without knowing exactly what it's going to look like. So Google Stitch isn't going to build a fully functional website or app, but what it is going to do is that it's going to design it. And then once you've got that design, you can now go over to something like the Google AI Studio. The AI Studio, in my opinion, is one of the most powerful AI tools that I've come across because of what it's able to do and the fact that it's free to use. I believe that it's underrated because a lot of people are not really using it to its full potential, but in today's video, I'm going to show you some interesting ways that you can start using it ASAP. So one of the first practical steps that I'm going to take in this video when it comes to using Google Stitch as well as the AI Studio together is that I'm going to go onto this tool over here when it comes to giving me an idea for an app or website that I can build. Because within Digital Maker AI, you can click into the chat feature. I'm going to leave it linked down below so that you guys can check it out. But as you can see over here, I'm using the Plus 5.0 chat model. This is one of the best ones, one of the fastest ones when it comes to this app. But what I'm going to do is just enter this prompt that says, can you tell me 10 real active web app URLs that are due for an upgrade that I can build and potentially monetize from? And what Digital Maker AI is going to do is that it's going to go away, scan the internet and come back with different popular web apps that, again, I'm going to be able to build using the Google AI Studio. So what I'm going to do is just click on enter. All right, perfect. So as you guys can see, it's come back with this response. It said, great idea. Here are 10 active web apps that work but feel dated and are due for some sort of innovation. So there's this one over here, this one, a lot of popular ones that we all know of. But I'm just going to go down to this one, which is Word Counter. And this is really interesting because this is a web app that I personally use on a regular basis, but I've never really thought of it being dated. But now that I think about it, when I go onto it, as you guys can see, it does look a little bit dated. But the interesting thing about it is that they're still getting millions and millions of people going onto it every single month. And the reason why I know that is because if I just copy the URL just like this, and then go over to the competitor analyzer feature and then paste it in there like that and then click on analyze. The main way that this tool works at the moment is that it scans digital product sites. So it's going to come back with products and it's also going to let you know the average price as well as the monthly revenue as well. But because this is a basic web app that's earning a source of income in alternative ways, it's not going to be able to show me that data right now. But what it is going to show me is the amount of monthly organic traffic that they're getting. And right here, as we can see, it's over 6.5 million visits. So yeah, this is truly amazing because this is definitely a lot of people. And with this amount of traffic, you're going to be able to now monetize in a number of different ways. And if I just go over to Google Trends and double check the data over here. Yeah, so this definitely confirms it. We can see that in 2010, 2011, a lot of people wasn't really searching for a word counter, but for whatever reason, over the past few years, more and more people have gone onto Google to search for this. And the reason why all of this matters is because now that we know that people are definitely interested in this type of app, I can now use the information from Digital Maker AI when it comes to coming up with a new angle as to how I can make it different. So for the sake of this video, I'm just going to take a few of these different new angles that I can take, which is readability, tone check, and SEO. Because from what I can see, this popular web app doesn't necessarily have any of these, and it's something that I'm going to be able to easily build using the Google AI Studio. So now that I've got everything, the next thing is to go over to Google Stitch. And to find it, you're just going to go over to stitch.withgoogle.com. That's the URL. And as you can see, you can design an app or you can design a web app. And there's a new feature that's been added in the last couple of days, which is direct edits. And I'm going to show you that in a moment. But from this point, all you need to do is just enter the information that Digital Maker AI gave you. So I'm just going to enter something along these lines. I'm just going to say, I want to compete with this website. Give me 3 versions of this word counter app with the following modern angles: readability, tone check, and SEO checker. And all I simply need to do from this point, and what you need to do if you're following along and you're looking to replicate an already existing app, is to take a screenshot of it just like this, then drag and drop it in the chat box just like that. And then also make sure that you're on the highest version of Google Gemini, because Stitch is powered by Gemini. In this case, at the time of me recording this video, it's going to be the thinking model with 3.1 Pro. So I'm just going to select it just like that. And then I'm going to click on generate. Okay guys, and there we go. Stitch has already gone to work to come up with these 3 different redesigns for these 3 different features. So it's analyzing the main app that I've given it, as you can see on the screen. But what it's doing now is that it's coming back with 3 different versions that I can pick from. And I've noticed that 3.1 Pro thinking model with Stitch tends to work a lot quicker than the other model. So that's something that you might want to consider. But as we can see, it's now loading up. So I'm just going to wait for it to finish. And there we go. So it's now come back with the SEO version of this app. This is what it's going to look like. And it's also come back with the tone checker version of this app, which is this one, as well as the readability and clarity version. So again, using something like Stitch is definitely helpful, because just like that, I've now got a rough idea of what it's going to look like. And with the new feature that they've added in terms of the direct edits, I'm going to be able to click into it, and you're going to be able to click into it. If there's anything that you want to modify, you're going to be able to do that by clicking on edit. This is something that you couldn't necessarily do before. You had to redesign the whole thing, but now you can click into anything. And if you want to remove any text, e.g. this, you're going to be able to do it within the actual image. So it definitely makes things a lot more helpful, because when it comes to redesigning the image, before it would take 5, maybe 10 minutes. So you can manually make changes just like that. If there's anything else that you want to change, let's say the logo, you can just click into it. You can click on edit with AI, give it information, and then from there, it's going to be able to come back with a brand new logo. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that new edit feature within Stitch, but there's so much more that you can do with it. For example, if I wanted to come up with a brand new variant for this particular version, I'm going to be able to do that by clicking on generate. As you can see, there's variations over here, and I can come up with 3 new variations, and I can give it custom instructions on exactly how I want it to look. But once you get to this point and you've decided on whatever design you want to move forward with, in this case, I'm going to move forward with this one right here. The way that you're going to be able to turn this into a fully functional app that you can test out and your users are going to be able to benefit from is by clicking into it, coming over here to where it says more, and then clicking on export. So there's a few different options when it comes to exporting it. The first one, of course, is going to be the AI Studio. You've got Figma, you've got Jules, you can do it as a zip file, you can copy it, paste it into whatever app builder that you want to use. But for now, I'm just going to use the AI Studio by clicking on build with AI Studio over here. Okay, great. So as you can see, it's now taking me directly to the AI Studio. And this is what the interface is going to look like. It's going to be pretty simple. It's going to take the image from Stitch as well as a description of what you're looking to build. And it's also going to give it a simplistic prompt. And to be honest, from this point, you could just click on build and Google AI Studio is going to do an outstanding job. But if you wanted it to maybe build something very specific using the image from Google Stitch, I would recommend to go back over to Digital Maker AI and then click into the prompt builder. And you're going to see this option over here that says Google AI Studio. So you can just click into it just like that. And as you can see, there's all of these different web apps that you can build. And if you can't see anything here, you can also click on something else and then type exactly what you want to build. But I can see character or word counter right there. So I'm just going to select it and then click on next. And I'm going to give it some random answers, guys. I'm not looking to take this super serious. I'm going to say that it's going to be for everyday people. I'm going to say that it's going to help people count characters and also improve the flow of their sentences. Click on next. What should the user input to get results from this app? It's going to be text. What should the app show the user? It's going to be multiple versions or variations. Let's go with that. Ideal color scheme, I'm going to go with white or blue. And then click on generate prompts. Okay, there we go. So I've now got the full prompt. I can copy it like that, go back over to the Google AI Studio. And instead of using the text that Stitch gave it, I could just paste the custom prompt in there just like that and then click on build. Okay, just like that, guys, as you can see, the Google AI Studio is now building everything out. So it's planning everything, it's coding everything. If I just click into this, it's just coming up with the code. So you can wait a few minutes for it to be done. You can click into preview and you can maybe see different things that you can experiment with over here. As you can see, it's letting me know that I can generate images using Nano Banana Pro. I can click into this and also implement, let's say, a sentence rephrasing option. All these different things that you can see on the screen right now are going to be unique to the app that you're looking to build. And that's another benefit of using the AI Studio. But as soon as it's done, guys, I'm going to be back ASAP and I'm going to show you the first draft of what it was able to build. Okay, guys, I'm back. And as we can see, this is what it was able to build. So what I'm going to do is just make it full screen by clicking on this. And the good thing about the AI Studio is that it's going to build a very dynamic app. So if I want to switch it to light mode, I could just click on this button. But yeah, this is the app that it was able to build. I'm just going to test it out by just putting a random sentence. I'm just going to say, hello, my name is Sam. Like and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's see if it's able to analyze the clarity. Okay, there we go. It was able to come back with a readability score. It's also come back with the characters, the words, the reading time, sentences, paragraphs. And it's also got a feature here that can fix the grammar and also simplify it as well. And I just want to re-emphasize that when it comes to this particular app that I've built, it's just for demonstration purposes. You know, everything that I went through when it came to figuring out which apps are highly searched for using Digital Maker AI, to using Google Trends to see if it's a highly searched for keyword, then going over to Google Stitch to come up with a design, and then using AI Studio to actually build it. Even though, yes, I'm not looking to launch this particular app, the process that I went through is something that you're going to be able to replicate for whatever you're looking to do. And just to show you one other interesting thing that the AI Studio is capable of, which is quite obvious, which is the fact that you can make any change to what you've built by simply entering in a prompt. So in this case, what I'm going to do is just tell the AI Studio to add a fully functional homepage for this app with a header, main section, footer, pricing page, and just everything that goes into a regular homepage. So I'm just going to click on enter, and just like that, guys, it's now come back with exactly what I asked for. If I just click on full screen. So yeah, I'm sure that we can all agree that this looks professional. It's got the pricing section over here. It's also got the feature section as well, and just everything a potential customer would expect to see once they land on your homepage. But yeah, guys, once you get to the point where you've now built your app using the Google AI Studio, you can deploy it, make it go live within the AI Studio. You don't need a third-party software or anything like that. You literally come over here to where it says publish. And it's going to be from this point where you're going to now get a public URL that people are going to be able to go onto and visit straight away. So Google has definitely made it simple when it comes to making your app go live directly within the platform. You don't need to do anything complicated. All you need to do is click on get started and follow through with all of the steps. And for those of you that are wondering right now, Sam, everything you've shown us is truly amazing. The fact that we've got all of these different AI tools at our disposal, but how exactly are we going to monetize the app that we've just built? And to be honest, there's a few different options that you have. For example, if you wanted to do direct monetization, where you're going to attach or connect your Stripe account directly to your app. For example, if I click into pricing, you can connect your Stripe account so that when someone clicks into any one of these and they purchase it, you're going to be able to now receive that money on a continuous basis. There's also the option of doing something called partnerships, where you go into a website like PartnerStack. And then from there, you're going to be presented with multiple different companies, and it's going to be your job to find a product or software that relates to the one that you've just built. And when someone uses your app for completely free, you can now recommend that product or service so that you can earn something called an affiliate commission. Interestingly enough, I believe that this is what the original web app is doing. As you can see over here, they are offering this for completely free to the 6 million people that go onto it. But right here, they've got a Grammarly link so that when someone clicks into this, it's going to take the person directly to Grammarly, and Grammarly is going to know that it was that website that sent me their way. And of course, they're going to pay that person that owns that website a commission every single time someone signs up. So that's one way that you can do it. A third option when it comes to monetizing is by building your own digital product. And whenever someone uses it, instead of you promoting another product or company, you're going to be promoting your own product that you built. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of options that you can choose from when it comes to being able to earn a source of income using the Google AI Studio. Of course, there's no guarantees, but if you're able to build things, try and then try again, you're going to be able to be in a good position when it comes to building something that's going to add value to someone else's life as well as yours. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, you've learned anything, you got any sort of value from it, don't forget to press the like button. I really appreciate that. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that YouTube can let you know once a new video has been released. And if you want to watch another YouTube video that I made not too long ago, well, in this video, I'm going to break down some other interesting things that you need to know when it comes to using some other Google AI tools, things that you've definitely not heard on YouTube anywhere else. You're going to be able to watch that video by clicking the link right there. Check that out straight after this. That video has helped out countless people. And I'm sure if you're able to watch it from the very beginning all the way to the very end, you're going to learn something that's going to put you on the right path. But other than that, guys, I'm going to catch you on that next video. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.